Now we begin our study of the Bible and my sermon for the day. We'll start with the birth of Christ. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn. That's Luke 2:7. And all this took place to fulfill what the Lord had spoken by the prophet. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which means God is with us. That's Matthew 22-23. So God gives us a gift of life. A gift for life. But how does the world respond? Herod holds a secret meeting. Then Herod summoned the wise men secretly, and ascertained from them the time and the star had appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring me word, and I too may come and worship him. Matthew 2:7-8. Now, Herod didn't want to worship him. He wanted to destroy him. When Herod had the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. That's Matthew 2:3. And assembling all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. And they told him, Bethlehem of Judea. So it is written by the prophet, and you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for from you shall come a ruler who will be shepherd of my people Israel. And that is in Matthew 2:4-6. And from that secret meeting, Herod decided that he was going to destroy every child in Bethlehem under the age of 2. Because instead of embracing life, he embraced death. And so it is today. Do we embrace life? Or do we embrace death? You see stories of euthanasia, where they put people to death because they're old. You see stories of abortion and women destroying their child because it's inconvenient. We see a culture where they consider life as something that's in the way. Now, God gave us the greatest gift that He could give us. He gives us His own Son, born not in a pristine, perfect environment, but birthed in a manger, a place where the animals slept. And He didn't birth Jesus with all the powers of His self right away. He was born as a simple child. Life is messy and it's supposed to be messy. But in that mess is the glory of God and the glory of life. So this child that is born in a manger, his whole purpose was to come to the earth to teach, to suffer, and to be killed like a slain lamb for our sins. Why? This doesn't seem like life to us. But it is life eternal was God's plan, not this temporary life that we have here on earth. He wants us to be his children, and he wants us to exist with him for eternity in heaven. To be part of that joy and part of that peace and part of that hope that we seek. That is part of each and every one of us desires to seek that hope, that life. I once watched a secular movie. It was Parenthood. And in the movie, they depict a scene where the grandmother talks about how she likes the roller coaster. And the husband, he couldn't figure out what she was trying to tell him. But the grandmother was talking about life and how messy it is. But there's joy to be found in the overcoming of the mess. Even though it's messy, even though things don't go like we plan, there's a greater plan. One that promotes life. So I want all the women in the world to recognize that waiting to the moment where everything is perfect will never come. Life is meant to be messy. Life is meant to be a struggle. But life in itself is a joy. And we find our joy in the family. And we have forgotten that. So Christ came as a little baby, a little bundle of joy. And he came to give us life and life eternal. Yet we still seem to be drawn to the darkness, drawn to the death, and drawn to things that don't benefit us. My challenge to the world, really, is to embrace life again. Embrace family again. And embrace faith. For what is embracing faith but embracing the truth of the world around us? That creates a foundation of life. And life is where the joy is. We speak about Advent and wanting to be in the joys of Advent. Well, that is family. That is enjoying the fruits of our labors and enjoying sharing with each other. That is life. So, something to consider, and I pray that you will consider it more deeply than ever before, because the wave of death and the culture of death is so prevalent that you don't even know it exists. You've just forgotten about life. So embrace God and embrace life. God bless.